be in the office at 7:30.
Do 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 do.
I gotta be up at 5.
I gotta be up at 7.
Boom.
I gotta be up at 6 in the early wars.
Yeah, 6. That's a good time too.
Yeah. All right, y'all.
I
Welcome
was
back.
I was born by the river. I was shaking that ass.
All right, welcome
pussy,
back to the TYS Talk Your Shit podcast. I am Jordan.
I'm Allie. To the right of me is
King.
And behind the camera is Starks, as usual. All right, so.
There's nobody behind the camera.
he ain't no.
Yeah, I mean,
Starks ain't even
he
here.
is behind the camera. He ain't directly behind the camera, but he behind the camera enough. Okay, so I'm gonna ask y'all about y'all weekends, and I don't care who thinks what about that shit.
Yeah, there you go. Jordan recap of the weekends. Let's get it.
How was y'all weekend?
My weekend was great. I went to No Jealousy. My cousin, her birthday already passed, but she wanted to do something out here, and we went to brunch, you know, and that was pretty much it. Saturday, I just ran a lot of errands.
No Jealousy is the name of the brunch place?
Yeah,
Okay.
It's this high expensive place.
So I won't be going there.
Yeah, it's literally, well, it's not super expensive. Like my meal, I spent, okay.
What'd you get? Come on, man.
So that's the thing. When I go out, this is why I say, like, when you go out, if you don't have no money, stay home. Because when I go out, I'm going to get whatever I want to get. Like, if I want a steak, I'm getting a steak.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, but yeah, I got a steak. And it wasn't that bad. I think it came to like $35. But then we got, the drinks are completely expensive. The drinks are, I think, like $16 to $20. And then, like mimosas, there's no unlimited mimosas. Each mimosa, like a little glass, is $17. But then you can get this bowl, this little like punch bowl, for $150. And it evens out to, I think the punch bowl even out to us paying like $20 each, something like that. But we got more for our money with the little punch bowl.
That's crazy.
But yeah, the little
That
punch
sound
bowl
like
was
a good- sound like a
$150.
good outing, though.
Yeah, it was good. It was all
That's some
right.
good food. Food
It
was good?
Yeah, the food,
That's what
I
I'm saying.
inhaled my
Pay
food.
that
Right.
cash.
I wasn't tripping. I inhaled my food.
All right, so brunch.
Brunch. Saturday, I just ran a bunch of errands, man. I was just like running all over the place and just doing stuff. So that was pretty much it.
Okay, King.
I swear I don't remember.
You don't remember what you did last
I
weekend?
usually don't remember.
I really don't.
you was
on
that drunk?
Tuesday right now, right?
Yeah, it's Tuesday.
And Saturday and Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably just a chill weekend.
I don't know. I feel like it wasn't.
Work.
Probably. I'm dead serious right now. I'm dead
We're gonna come
serious.
back to you.
Goddamn,
When you
gas,
remember, let us
me and
know.
Starks, man. Like the gas right now. I really can't. That shit's kind of sad.
All right, well, Joaquin is remembering what the fuck he did. Last weekend, I went to Rolling Loud in New York. It was dope. I got to see
Man.
Wale, Fab,
Good time.
Uzi, Meek, who else? Thug, and I feel like I'm missing somebody else I saw. But overall, it was super dope. It wasn't cold like I thought it was gonna be, so that was cool. Fab had a good set. Meek set was like I feel like he did too much of a New York tribute. I know when you like a big artist and you go into another big city, you know, you kind of play the music of the locals and shit like that during your set sometime. But this nigga Meek played like 9 New York songs and just walked through the crowd like he was Moses. I was like, what the fuck is this? Nigga, let me hear something else, like some Meek shit. But that was cool. Uzi and Thug went up, like literally had the concrete shaking. Like, but yeah, all in all, good weekend. Got to see a lot of dope acts, a lot of artists I never seen before. So that was cool.
There's love right there. I'm glad to hear that, my boy.
And then, yeah, man, New York. That was my weekend.
Get some pussy?
Good.
I did not.
Yeah, just asking. Just asking. Man.
Once again, I didn't either.
Allie, you didn't get no pussy this weekend?
I did not. I ain't get no dick either. I was very upset with y'all. But it's all right. All right.
Okay, so music that came out. Wale dropped the album. Y'all heard? Did y'all hear
Wale's
Wale's
album?
It's called
Oh my-
Wow, That's Crazy.
I'm not surprised. I think, I I didn't know what he was going to put out because it's been a while. But I think he did a really good job. His song, is it No Chill or Let's Chill? It's something chill. On Chill with Jeremiah, which I really love.
It's a vibe.
Yeah, it's a really good song. He sampled from somebody. It's just not coming in my head right now. But there's a good 5 songs on it that I just put on repeat, and they're really good.
Yeah, I was happy with this Wale album. He got a little bit more into his rap R&B vibe for the project, but I really fucked with it.
I feel like the nigga is dropping the ball on damn near every.
Really?
He got some dope features.
See, that's the thing.
You think
that's
he dropped the ball
what I
on the
really love.
features?
Nah, not necessarily the features. The song. I be trying to get into it. They not hitting for the features.
Yeah.
Like for that artist that you got featured, you supposed to make some shit.
Really?
For me, like some fire.
Well, which ones?
Damn near every one.
Really?
I'm gonna listen again though. That's my first one driving. I could be wrong because I'm like a big Wale fan for sure. Like heavy.
Okay.
Fuck with Wale heavy, and this was not it. I'm like, dog, every song.
This ain't doing for you?
Nah, but that was a skim through.
Okay, yeah, maybe you gotta sit with it a little bit more.
But I still, it's just certain
the
words.
Bryson Tiller song, the one that one
Yeah,
was
it's a
really,
vibe. It's a vibe. It's just not
what you
he ain't
expect.
saying the right shit.
It's a lot of vibes on there for sure. I fuck with the
I
song
ain't
with
talking
Jacquees.
about the vibe. Yeah, that's a vibe. If I can barely hear what you're saying and heard the song, I love it. But
Okay.
Ali put this album in the chat or in the notes, and I listened to it today, and I really fucked with it. Her name is Sinead Hartnett. Sinead Hartnett. If I'm pronouncing it wrong, I apologize. But her album was super dope. It was super. It's the current age R&B for women, very moody, kind of not whispering, but
transforming into niggas.
Nah, no, not like that.
Soul
Yeah,
like that.
it's a little bit more neo soul, acoustic soulish. It was super dope though. I listened to that this morning.
She's
I'm
very much
definitely
like
going
Sabrina
back to that.
Claudia, but just a different voice, different feel, but within the same. They're linked within the same. And Sabrina's was actually really good. I went back and listened.
Sabrina Claudia's album was good.
Hers was actually really, really, really good. So I've been playing hers all over the weekend.
Bring some fried chicken. Hop in front of bring
She
the
right
choir
back.
with you.
She right back at the cookout.
Another album that I forgot to put in here, but I listened to on the way here, was Young Boy's album, and that little nigga is talented. He's good. I fucked with it.
Yeah.
That little nigga is talented.
I just had a whole shit
Download.
pick up after school. Just picked my nephew up from school early today. And had a 30-minute conversation about Young Boy.
Yeah.
Because he influencing them for sure.
Yeah, he is.
My little nephew, 13 years old.
All that the younger high school and down kids they look at that nigga like he's like Jay-Z.
No, for sure, yeah.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? So I be seeing the influence I hear it, and I be having to talk to them because I'm gonna listen to some of that stuff. They're gonna listen to it anyways. I be needing to talk to them about what you hearing. You know what you listening to?
Yeah.
And then breaking it down. The artists I believe and I don't believe and what that mean to me. And, you know what I'm saying? So I'm having it's probably longer than 45 minutes because there's another artist. I ain't about to put his name out there right now, but there's another artist he wanted me to play, and I played it and asked him what he get from it and shit. And everything that artist was talking about. It's a lot of bullshit, but I know he's lying. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I needed to let my nephew know that. The difference between somebody I don't feel NBA YoungBoy is lying.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. He might, of course, not everything's the truth, but I feel like he's
and that's why
from experience or close enough to it.
That's why I fuck with his music so much is because regardless of what type of music any artist makes, for me personally, if you make me feel like you telling the truth, I'm gonna fuck with you. Regardless of what kind of music you make. So whether it's me fucking with J. Cole or from J. Cole to YoungBoy, shit. You know what I'm saying? There's different sounds, there's different music, but I feel like they both telling me the truth. So that's why I fuck with it, because he giving his own story, his own perspective, his own pain and all that. Because the nigga got a wild story, a life story, and he only 19 years old. And he put that all on the album. So I really fuck with it.
I'm actually gonna go listen.
It's love.
I'm actually gonna go listen. I already downloaded it.
So transitioning. Well, we still gonna talk about music, but not necessarily albums. Since we last recorded, 6ix9ine reportedly signed a record deal worth more than $10 million from prison. I don't know if I believe it, but I could see somebody taking that risk depending on what it looks like for him after this trial is over, because he can drop and it's gonna get a lot of buzz around it just because of who he is. He still got the kids. He still got, you get what I'm saying? So I don't know if I believe that somebody gave him $10 million, but I do believe that if this isn't true, specifically, that somebody will take a risk and put some money behind him to drop another project or something like that.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna go all the way off topic with that shit, though. I'm gonna tell you the truth, because not off topic, it's on topic, but this is how deep and weird I be thinking about shit. And I'm looking at just moving forward, the youth and shit, right? Hip hop is bringing all these kids together, the races and everything. That's how I feel, right? For the younger generation, and they just, whatever. But so with him signing this shit, he definitely go. If that's true, he's going to get out. He gonna be popular, right? Now they didn't glamorize the snitching thing.
Yeah,
but our community is the only one that really deal with that heavy.
Snitching. Yeah.
Who deal with that heavy.
Yeah.
Right, to where it's consequences and shit for this shit and everything. So to me, it's already set up. The setup is this amount of y'all going to jail anyways. We already know. Just put a play together for your neighborhood. We arresting this many, everything. It's about to highlight like these snitches, and it's like they gonna highlight him on a big scale. The people at that level, the lower level, the street level, that mentality and everything, is going to be taking it out on the people right next to him still. Yeah. Because it's a snitch. You know what I mean? Every day. And it's no like a lot of examples of snitches actually getting their stitches like these days. Yeah. And I think that him being popping is going to put pressure on the hood. And you go hear about a lot more. It's kind of like keeping us in the rat, like the bullshit. Yeah. Because it's gonna be a lot more like, it's gonna be out there that this person got disciplined for this shit now again. And some weird shit. Like, I mean, maybe I'm thinking too deep into that.
No, I get what you're saying.
He what is his sentence?
Well, this the thing. I don't think that he might not do no jail time.
I don't think. Yes, he will. He's gonna. I think he'll still.
I don't think he's gonna do no jail. They moved. He asked for them to move.
He ain't doing their jail time. He's not doing the jail time. That
he's gonna. He's gotta do sometime. So he's only been there for like a year.
I don't think he's gonna do nothing at all. He asked for them to move his sentencing up because he didn't want to miss Christmas, so they moved his sentencing up to December 18th. I don't think he's going to jail.
Listen. I'm saying that's the bullshit. Like who's like dropping that? Did they say that for real?
Yeah.
Who said it?
Like I know he didn't say that shit. Like that to me is a marketing plan. That's a marketing plan. News. I know,
There's
but why they reporting little bullshit like that? Like that man is not.
That's super important. So that pretty much shows that he knows he's getting out.
Yeah. Like
but he's saying like who actually said that? Who reported that?
The media is like,
well,
why we posting that? If we didn't hear him say that, what I'm saying, this shit got to get approved. He's like one of the most watched people.
His lawyer said that. If I'm not like I said,
yeah.
I want to be.
That's
y'all get what I'm saying. They put it out on some like
no, but I get what you're saying.
Basically stuff like they mocking, they
I get what you're saying.
The people like who mad at this shit.
Controlling the narrative.
We're making another reality TV show.
I honestly don't think that he does any time for this. I think he gets parole, like because they was just talking about putting him in a WITSEC and then he denied it. So like I don't think he's going to jail, but we gonna see. It's the beginning of December. I don't think he's going to jail for this shit. I think he's gonna release another project.
No, I mean nobody expecting him to go to jail. He telling that many goddamn people.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He told on everybody. What are they gonna? Where are they gonna put him?
Man, this shit, man. They with him though. It's crazy.
Okay, so that's Tekashi. And then still on music. Well, still on artists. Snoop Dogg made a comment about Gucci's relationship that had women up in arms. I don't even think. Ali can read it, but I don't think Snoop commented this directly. I think he just posted the picture. Somebody else wrote it.
But then he had a caption underneath his comment. I don't have it.
Yeah, he had a caption underneath it.
Basically, it was a picture of Gucci and his wife Keisha Cure. I think that's how you say her name.
You want to read it?
Yeah, it was right here.
Okay.
And he put, and then the caption said, "Everybody wants this." I mean, I'm sorry, it was their wedding picture, and he said, "Everybody wants this, but what y'all forget was she was with Wild Gucci, on drugs Gucci, cheating Gucci, in jail Gucci, publicity with other women Gucci. This is Gucci after therapy, rehabilitation. This is a street man groomed in his 30s after he's been at his lowest." Point. Why are those like little slashes?
I don't know.
Point is, this is a rider who knew what she signed up for. You bitches with the next nigga after a couple fights. So, with that being said, I actually I asked my dude's opinion, and he had something like really great to say. when you get with somebody like him, and this is what I've always said. I've always been I've tried to be very realistic with the people I'm dating. If I'm dating somebody, you know, that's doing some sketchy stuff, I know I'm realistic about the expectations that come with that. So when you get with somebody with him, I think you should be very realistic with the expectations like that. My thing is, a lot of guys, and I think what happens when a lot of girls like start, you know, like hacking at this is because a lot of guys would take that and be like, you know, oh, well, you know, they'll use it to their advantage, like, dang, like, be my ride or die. And the thing is, women, especially when you're dating people like that, and especially at a certain age, you know, depending, everybody has different stages in their life. You do have to be very realistic with the person you're dating in the type of environment that you're dating them in. But my thing is, guys glorify that whole setting, like, you know, it's this thing that women have to go through hell and back just to get to heaven. And that's not the case. You know what I mean? There's a lot of things that shouldn't be the case. And I think that's this narrative that is just kind of swept under the rug. And that's, I think, what women like to hack at, because it's like, well, we don't have to go through that, and you shouldn't. And my thing is, if you meet somebody like this, move on to the next nigga. Like, don't date nobody like that. Don't date, you know, a dude that's out here selling drugs, doing crazy stuff, because that's what will come with it. So I respected him saying that, like, you have to be very realistic with your expectations when you're dating somebody in that type of environment. But I get women, man. It's just women don't take the time to actually think about it that in depth sometimes. But y'all dudes, y'all run with it. Oh, y'all bitches be ready to leave after a couple fights. That's not the thing. Don't nobody want that. I don't want that. I wouldn't stay for that. I'm not staying on drugs, you know, cheating, you know, like, no, I'm not.
That example was extreme.
That's why. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
That example was very extreme.
It was very extreme.
Yeah, so I'm not even going to play around and try to, like, play devil's advocate for that one, because that was
Which
extreme.
one?
Gucci's example is very extreme.
The whole list that was there.
Okay.
But at the same time, what I will say is that people nowadays don't, like, work through shit in a relationship. Like, they just kind of like, oh, well, if it's an obstacle like there, then that person just ain't for me. Like, and I'm not saying that, you know, it isn't always warranted for them to leave, but sometimes there's some shit you can work through.
This is the thing, though. You guys have to understand, there's certain things that aren't work throughable type shit. It's not like there's things that, there's sometimes we have a character flaw, or like maybe, I'm trying to give an example. The way that I approach situations, you know what I mean? Maybe my dude has an issue with that. I have to change my approach, like just certain things like that. But me actually cheating, like there's certain things that aren't character flaws. Like there's certain things that you either do or you don't do. And I think that's not a work through. Like cheating isn't a work through thing. Let me work through him like this way so he doesn't. That's just a decision. You want to stay or you don't. That's not a work through type of thing.
But
like him leaving his clothes all over the place. Okay, we got to work through that. Let me try to change his system. That's not
working. You don't got to work through leaving clothes over.
No, but you have to work through that. If somebody has a way of living and the way that they're used to doing things, and then here you come in you have your own way of living, and now you guys are together, you have to work through trying to compromise how you both live together. Cheating isn't a work. Oh, well, he's used to cheating. Let me try to work that out with him.
No.
That's not there's certain things you do. Like guys that are verbally disrespectful. That's not something, oh, well, let's work through that. You either don't verbally disrespect your woman or you do. There's things that aren't considered work. Like you don't work through certain things. You either accept that or you move on.
Okay.
What's your rebuttal to that, my boy?
My response to that is I'm not so much talking about, it don't even got to be specifically cheating, but like not someone who you know is a cheater and then you got to get through that. I'm talking about like after the fact, or other things your partner may be dealing with. Your partner might be dealing with depression. Your partner might be financially down at the time. There's other things in a relationship that people now just don't choose to work through. They just like, fuck it, like I'ma just go get somebody else, like somebody who's already,
he's broke, I'm gonna go get a rich nigga.
Yeah, like
I get it.
You can't always just go get the finished product, because sometimes it don't work like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, because at some point that nigga's gonna get better, or that woman is gonna get better, and then it's just like, well, what the fuck did you leave him for? You left him for a down 4 or 5 months financially. Now he good. Like, Now it's
That's when they learn their lesson.
now it's the nigga that you wanted to be with, or now it's the woman that you wanted to be with, but you left because you couldn't hold it down for a few months. Like that's the type of shit I'm talking about. I'm not even talking about, you know what I'm saying,
None of
like
Gucci shit.
As people
none of
really
Gucci
doing
shit.
that, though, I don't think that shit is like real.
the people.
happens.
It
Yeah,
definitely
it does
happens.
Just leaving it just like that.
It definitely happens.
Not like that. It's just
I don't think motherfuckers leaving just like that.
It definitely
I think-
happens.
I think motherfuckers cheating just like that. I don't think they leaving though.
Well, it's kind of one and the same. It kind of it leads you into that, especially for women. It leads women into that. Once they start cheating, they already halfway out the door.
yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of agree. No, I think I might agree with King with this. I don't think it's happening that often. Yeah, I don't think it's happening that often. I feel like a lot of people stick things out way too long. Way too long. I feel like you meet people in different stages, and you either just decide to stick with them through that stage and go through things, or you don't.
Yeah, because it's like I feel like I'm a person that stick. I'm a person. I like that. I like to stick shit up, like you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
But with my growth now and everything, where I'm at now,
Certain
at
shit
a
I'm not
certain
dealing
level,
with.
once I peep it, once I see it, I'm not waiting for it.
Yeah.
I don't gotta wait for it. I already know better.
Yeah.
So like some things, you gotta get out of there quick if you're doing it like that. It just shows to
Yeah.
your growth at that point.
Like there's certain
Shit, run for me, baby. You supposed to run.
there's
Fuck
certain
that.
things before when I started back dating, there's certain things I was like, I'm just not gonna, like, I don't care what it is, I'm just not gonna put up with it. Like, I don't care. And there, I remember I made this joke and it said, I'm not gonna date the not the struggling man, but the man like
The
I
nigga
feel like,
that has potential.
yeah, I think I might have said I'm not gonna date the nigga that has potential, because and what I'm when I say that is because when I was 18, 19, you was saying he ain't had no job, he ain't had no money, he ain't have, like, it was just like, baby, we gonna make it. And it's like, you gotta have some type of direction. You gotta, like, I'm too old for that. And that's, and it's okay for women, even men, to get to that point and be like, I've dealt with that. I went through that. You know, I'm at a certain point that if you're not there, it's okay for me to not mess with you. That means you honestly probably shouldn't even be focusing on being with somebody. You might need to get your stuff more together.
Yeah.
So, and that's okay. I think women get shunned for like not accepting dudes that are still like on the grind. And you can be on the grind, but have some type of focus and vision or direction of where you're going. Because, you know, you start hitting 30, you're like, wait, what?
Oh, yeah, y'all panic hours, yeah, 30.
No, shut up.
Panic attack.
Didn't that tie into something that somebody asked me? Which one of your friends asked me?
I don't know, but damn, it kind of does. Tie
It
into that.
does.
But
He
I wanted
said
to knock all this
ask
other shit out the
Ally
way.
something.
You know what's
Something.
crazy? Think about this shit right here, though, right? So the 30, right? So the 30 mark for women is like they panic hour and shit.
Really?
Hell yeah.
Oh my God, I hit 30.
Yeah.
When I tell you I hit 30, because 20s were just shit. Like, I was like, it was bad relationships. It was work-wise, my career kept getting better, but it was just like so much confusion and like just I don't know, up and down
Okay.
within my 20s. Then
Let
to
me
hit
ask you this
30,
then.
I was like, bruh, I was excited. I was telling you I was 30 before I was 30. I was like, I'm 30.
All right, but you're not hearing what I'm saying, though.
I know, go ahead.
When do you want to have children and be married? Is that something?
Yeah,
you're interested in?
I'm terrible though. I was like, oh shoot. Well, for me, I'm like, okay, if I start dating somebody, you know, here I am, 28, 29. I want to be married. I want to date. Then I want to be married for a couple years. I'm okay. I probably might not have kids till 35, 30. You know, then everybody's not the same though.
That's my point, though. What I'm saying is, your hours they closing.
They do.
Everything you want, you got to get it.
The way
Me
the
too.
way I look
Soon.
at it is
Yeah.
it's like economics as far as dating goes between men and women. It
I'm high as
reverses.
fuck. Shit, goddamn.
It reverses.
We're done. You're
I'm
not
over here
smoking no
moving
more
like a
before the
motherfucker.
podcast.
It reverses as we age. So when you young, being a young man, women are in high demand, right? It's more difficult to get them at 18, 19, 20 years old than it is when you 26, 27. It just is. Like,
think so.
it definitely is. If you ask any guy, he has a way easier time getting pussy at 26, 25, 27, around there than he did when he was 18, 19 years old.
Oh yeah, okay, I'll say that.
Right?
Yeah.
Women, it's the opposite. Their demand is a lot higher when they're younger, as far as
As it should be.
as far as the dating pool. Then as y'all get older, things start to crunch because y'all got clocks that y'all working with. We don't.
I don't think that's the reason why. See, for when we were younger, I think a lot of women are worried about how things are perceived when we're younger. It's like, oh, I'm not going to talk to every guy. I'm not going to date every guy. I'm not going to mess with every guy. Then we get older and it's like, damn, y'all really just out here messing with everybody. And I guess it really doesn't matter. Like, we stop caring about things. Like when we're 18, 19, we actually care about how we're looked at if we talk to this guy. Then it gets to the point where like, I don't care, if I talk to the nigga down the street, I don't care how you look at me, I'm gonna do it. Like, you stop caring about how your image is perceived. So yeah, our standards, get a little.
I don't know what the hell you talking about.
You know what I'm talking about? Then after a couple bad relationships, a couple bad niggas, then women start to slowly ease off of the high ass standards and expectations that they set for niggas.
I was backwards. Yeah. I was backwards. I had higher expectations.
Allie is the wrong person to ask for a lot of shit.
I was like, now I have my stuff together. I'm 30.
Get her a shirt.
Yep.
You understand what I'm talking about, though.
Wait.
Yeah.
Shout out to my shirt. I forget what black-owned business I got this from.
I'm not all the way in agreement with it, but I get what you're saying. Though. I'm not all the way in agreement with it, though.
For me and for I know a lot of my friends, we got to a point where it's like, we're older now. Now it's like, okay, you can't just be out here running with anybody. When we was younger, we was out here running with anybody.
Only thing I'm saying is, at 30, right? Y'all window is 30 to like 37 at this point, right?
It's a lot, and
for the ones that want to be married, and so at that point,
it's not
y'all
even
can play
marriage,
all y'all 20s from 18. Y'all can play from 18 to 29.
Yeah,
and y'all will play. Y'all do that.
You're right.
Right? And then get to 30 and shit. Now y'all want to organize the fucking house and the nigga got to be ready. Like, you don't give a fuck who it is. You meet somebody, don't let it be shot clock hours for sure. Like 24 seconds. If you meet somebody at 34 now, like you 34, no kids, you ain't never been married. You know what type of pressure that is for that first date?
She just grabbing the last branch on the way down.
Wow. Come here, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, you go work. Now
she done fell out the fucking tree.
Never tolerated.
She reaching to grab anything she can grab onto.
But you got to think about it though, right? Because in our 30s, that's a good fucking. 30s is good. It's a good time. You ain't in your 30s. I'm tripping, but
I'm not. Yeah, I've heard.
Okay,
30s is good.
And I think 30s is a good time for a lot of men.
Mm-hmm.
So where, you see all the bullshit, you deal with, pick and choose how you want to deal. From what I'm hearing though, this is how this thing's working though. Is what I'm saying. Women are doing that shot clock shit, you know what I'm saying, trying to lock a man down in his 30s. And if this nigga not working out and all that shit and all that, by the time he's 40, he not even fucking right. So now the woman, she didn't lock this nigga down for what she want. Now that's when the women start cheating, for real. I think if you want to do a poll on who women cheat
when they get older?
Yeah, hell yeah. More. 40. When the nigga, he ain't, think about it. Come on now, if he pastrami eating pops and shit, ain't working out, he ain't doing no push-ups. This lady only 40 years old. 10 years ago, she was fucking like an animal. You think she ain't got that in her still? He just can't come in there with it. You know what I'm saying? Like he's sneaking pills, popping pills in the corner. Now she thinking he fucking somebody else because he fucking her too good. Like, nigga.
So that was a Keem tweet, I think.
No, it wasn't.
I think that was a Keem. Something about old niggas.
Oh no, young niggas. I'm hearing young niggas doing that though.
Popping pills.
Yeah. Too many young.
Just to have sex.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's wild. But I'm hearing too much, and I never popped. Have you popped the pill? Because you just looked.
What kind of? So this is my thing. I'm asking, what kind of pill would this be? Would this be like an extends pill? Or would this be like a?
Wait a minute.
Like one of the
like Molly. What?
No. Not like Molly.
Okay, but
no. He answered that just like that jail shit last week.
like one of the little joints from the gas station. Like one of them. 7-Eleven. One of them.
Yeah.
What's that?
I done got one before.
What?
Oh, what?
The Rhino.
The Rhino. Yeah, I done got one before.
You done got a Rhino before.
Does that work?
Like twice, I think.
Does that work?
Yeah, it definitely works.
I don't understand that. I don't even understand that language, bro.
I just did it because my homeboy
come
told me about
on,
it.
man.
I'm not for real.
Don't tell me with that bullshit. You just did it just cause.
No, I did.
Cause of who?
I did, just cause.
He said to try it?
Twice?
Yeah.
For your homeboy?
No, he told me about it.
Y'all so extra.
He told me about it.
Wait.
You definitely gotta drink a lot of water.
I will say scary?
That. Fuck around and get a headache for about 6 hours if you don't drink enough water with that shit.
That don't scare you? It's not
bruh.
like...
Nah.
Bruh.
It don't scare me.
Scared.
Bruh. What's the
God,
point?
how does that affect you? So let me say...
It's like taking pre-workout before you go to the gym. You know what I'm saying? You ever took pre-workout before you go to the gym?
I have. I don't really like it though.
And you get like, you juice, nigga. Like, it's one of those.
But I'm saying, Oh man, I gotta say it. We talked about it.
How does that affect you guys? But how do you guys feel about that? Because
Can you look over there? That's offensive. That's offensive.
What's your question?
I wanted to finish answering an offensive question to you.
You're older. This is a baby
I'm
over
old.
here.
I ain't never used one of those in my life.
No. You don't even know what I'm talking about. That's not what I was gonna ask about.
Okay, go ahead.
What I'm saying is, as guys get older, right? That's the thing. Like you don't have it like you used to have it. So. Like, how do you guys feel about that? Like,
I mean, I'm not experiencing that.
TYS
so I don't.
detective determined that's a lie.
okay, so you mean to tell me you doing it? You hitting the same
No,
way
I'm
you
not-
did the
no,
same
no.
thing you was when you was 18?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not hitting the 18-year-old either though.
Oh, but that's
Ken, what is your question, bro?
what I'm saying is, does that affect you guys and make you feel some type of way, knowing that you're changing as you get older, knowing that your drive, not your drive, but you're not the same as before. Do you care?
I couldn't tell you.
You can't tell her.
I
You used
did.
it twice.
Just technically,
Yeah, but I
okay.
didn't need it though.
I
So
think
are
you
you
did. That's what I'm
exactly
saying.
are you
I
exactly the same as you were when you were like 18?
No, now I fuck better than when I was 18.
Whoa.
I would assume that would be the case.
Anybody
Like,
that's had this experience, please be in our comments. we would like to know if it's true.
As you get older as a man, like when you 18, 19, you just started fucking. Like you don't really know what you're doing like that. Like once you get in like your early mid 20s,
I would say
like,
that gets better with y'all. Like,
that's when you start getting better at
going
fucking. Like,
down.
yeah.
I don't know about
Going down. What you mean?
like giving head for girls giving head and guys eating a girl out. I think definitely y'all get better as y'all get older.
I mean, I think
I
you
don't
get
know
better
what
at
niggas
everything
was
just
doing
because
at
you.
18, 19.
Well, I'll tell you what you don't. I mean, unless you stay on top of your shit. You know what I'm saying? Because I used to be the picker upper, the whole type of acrobatics and shit.
You don't do that no more.
All that shit.
Oh yeah. Hey, that's out the door.
don't do that no
but
more?
don't pick me
Nah, it
up
depends on- it
and
depends
lift me
on,
in
you know
the
what I mean?
ceiling.
It depends on the size of it.
Not doing
Yeah.
that.
Got you.
Depends on the size of it.
You're so right. I'm not doing that. Like there's certain. Remember when there was like this, not a book, but remember when there were a bunch of like poses and you was like, let's try all that.
Yeah,
Now,
yeah, yeah.
nigga, I'm not trying that. I don't even want to.
Man.
I might try to break some new
I
shit
don't
out.
want to do that.
Just 'cause. I might try to break some new
Yeah,
shit
you
out.
in that spirit still.
Right.
That's a lie.
Yeah.
Like I was, man. Yeah, I
There's
used to
certain
like.
things I'm like, for what?
I done had arguments with people. I would run from that argument right now.
What argument?
Like you be at a party, we talking shit about what you did, what
Mm-hmm.
you doing. I'm not doing that right now. You know what I'm saying?
Got you.
Yeah, like certain stuff is like, for what? Like we gonna bust in the regular way. We ain't got to do all that.
That's why I got to. That's why I get in the gym heavy, because if I get in the gym heavy,
Working out definitely helps.
yeah, for sure. Squats.
But there's still just certain positions. It's like, nah. I feel like when you were younger, you wanted to try those things. It was like, this looks fun.
Oh
now
yeah, like
it's
that
like,
move I bust. I told you about that. I never. You know what I mean?
Which
I
one?
never told you about it though. Huh?
Which one?
What?
I did tell you about it. We ain't talk about it again. There's no
What?
reason to talk about it again. It's cool.
well, we would like to know what
Is
the
that the
headline
one?
is.
Yeah, let's keep it going.
Yeah.
Let's keep
Anyways.
Let's keep it going. I gotta go to the archives for that one. It's on one of these
I
shows.
know what.
All
I
right.
ain't gonna bring it up.
Well, whisper, text it to me so I can bring it up.
All right. Okay, that's a good transition into what has your pussy made a man do, and what have you done for pussy?
So I don't even know if I was
What have I
talking
done
to
for pussy?
Well, I don't know if I was talking to you or if I saw this on TV somewhere, but it might have been on social media. And they were basically saying girls will say stuff like, oh, my pussy is good, or like somebody was saying, they'd be like, oh, it had a nigga like, stalking me, blowing my phone up.
That nigga was
That's
just crazy.
toxic as hell.
That nigga was
like,
just crazy.
And then they were saying like, when is a nigga like, okay, your pussy was so good, like he got your like tires fixed, he did this, he started acting right because it was good, like all that other stuff is toxic behavior. Like he followed you at work because your pussy, that's not a good thing. So I was saying, what have you guys done?
What have I done?
To get some pussy?
No, what was the question?
What
Oh,
has
over, like,
what has
What
your pussy
has-
made a man
what has
do,
good
or
pussy made
what
a
have you
man-
done for pussy?
Yeah, like,
I
what
can
is-
tell you what I've put up with for good pussy. I've put up with like a couple crazy bitches, like bitches that just annoyed the fuck out of me, but I only saw her once a week, so it was like I could put up with it for that amount of time, like that kind of shit. I don't think I've never done anything. I never showed up at no bitch job over no pussy.
You never was just doing everything she said?
So
Nah.
some type of crazy shit.
That's
What
not-
type
that's
of
It doesn't have to be
shit we
crazy,
doing?
no, because that's more toxic.
That's never been
It
me.
could just be like where you were just, she had you just under her thumb, like it didn't. You was doing
I didn't.
everything.
And it's a couple of them. I didn't left my ringer on all night long. Call me whenever. and pull up. There's a couple of them. I don't care what time of night it is. If you want to pull
It's
up,
cold.
call me. I know I got to be up for work at 5:30 in the morning.
You gonna put the slippers
But
on?
listen.
You probably put the spandex with the what's those other?
But listen, I will open the door.
With those Uggs on. I hate that fit.
Spandex with Uggs.
Yeah, you know a girl coming over.
Oh, yeah,
with
yeah,
that
yeah,
on.
yeah.
That shit pissed me off. But some crazy things I've done. Shit.
How far
man.
have you drove for some pussy?
Shit, I drove to
7
I
hours.
fucked up 7 hours.
6 hours to the bay.
6 hours?
It's to the bay. It was like a girls trip.
Okay,
too.
I did drive to
Yeah,
Vegas.
like
I
She
did
trying
drive
to
to
put it
Vegas.
off on a
Was it
girls
Vegas?
trip.
It was.
4
We all
hours?
went up there.
4 hours?
Huh?
4 hours?
Yeah, I can say Vegas then.
Okay. I think the furthest I drove was San Diego.
San Diego? Yeah, for sure Vegas. I ain't nothing outside of that. I do have a story where I didn't get no pussy though, but I went out there for some pussy. And this is when I was like first started driving. I'm like 17, some shit like that.
You went out the state?
No. It felt like out the state. I'm like, right? Mom's, I used mom. She had a white Cavalier. At the time, it had a donut on it though, right? The back wheel's a donut. And I'm not even up to speed on, you're not even supposed to go over, I think 60 miles per hour in the donut or some shit. And it's not even, miles on the donut. But I take off, I'm living off Crenshaw, take off on the 10. And she lives in Pomona. I guess at the time you had to print out MapQuest and shit.
This nigga took a donut to Pomona.
I went way past fucking Pomona. Like I was far as fuck, bro. Like I was like
San Bernardino.
an hour and a half out at this point. An hour and a half out. Like I was driving and I'm
So like
a
Moreno
paranoid
Valley.
ass nigga. So I'm in the dark and shit. It's dark as shit. And I'm just like, keep on pushing. But like,
Because you didn't
I'm gonna get this. Like I have to make it there.
you know you had passed?
Huh?
You know you had passed it?
Hell, I didn't know. I got fucked over. I wasn't like, you know what I'm saying? You don't got no phone, and I wasn't up to
bruh.
speed. I'm 17, just trying to like sneak. I'm not even supposed to go that damn far in my own car. So I do that, and then I have my niece's phone too. I didn't have my cell phone. She didn't borrow her cell phone, and her shit ended up dying on me. Right.
You know, we
So
didn't
now
have
I'm
car
having to
chargers back
stop, pull over in the middle of nowhere and shit, get on the payphone, call back home. Oh, no, I had her passcode. That's what it was. Call back home. I had that's how I get told on because I had to call my peoples like, let's go wake their daughter up. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, I need the passcode type shit. But anyways, all in all, went way past Pomona, got to her house. I was happy. She, you know what I'm saying? Looked like the same person I met. But then we went to go have sex, yo, and I'm like, I go up from the shorts though. She on top of me. I go up from the shorts, and her ass had like all heat bumps or some shit. So like, I was hot because I'm a person that shit fucked me up.
Wait,
Heat bumps?
what?
Like that motherfucker was just Brillo, whatever.
Oh,
like,
no.
It was just all. It didn't feel like no scars. It felt like like she had an allergic reaction or something. Like
Popcorn ceiling booty.
yeah, like that. Yeah, like splack. Like you know what I mean?
So what'd you do after that? How'd you get out of that?
Oh, I know how to get out some pussy for sure. And yeah, I forget how I did it, but
What?
I know what didn't happen. Like, you know what I'm saying? Knowing me, I probably just started like, fuck all this. Like, you trying to kiss and shit, whatever. But we definitely didn't have sex. I got up, you know what I'm saying? And
Is that the only time that you ever had to get out of some pussy?
now I got another story. That's kind of cold right here, though.
Go ahead. I'll get mine.
It's
after.
interesting. Okay, I'm going to say this story. It's cool, though. I ain't tripping. So the girl, man, I fuck with her. We cool to this day. And it's cool. You know, I can't lie about it.
Go ahead.
We cool, though. And I was with my first girlfriend at this time.
Mm-hmm.
I said my first girlfriend. Had 3, but like I was with my first girlfriend and with my girlfriend. And I'm really at this point, like, mind you, I ain't never cheated on her or nothing like that, but we so in a sick ass space. I go call myself about to go cheat and shit. So I go over to old girl crib. She come out, and mind you, I ain't never cheated. I was trying to be a real good guy. So you know when you first time you cheat.
Do you know the first time? Go ahead.
You guys are really terrible.
Not like that.
That's really terrible.
No, not like that. I'm saying though, because
It's exactly like
no, oh, that sounds crazy.
the first time you cheated back then.
I didn't even cheat though. I'm saying just the feeling of it.
Of when you
it was
about
a
to
whole
do it.
lot of like, I felt like I was just the wrong
Yeah,
foul.
you feel bad for
yeah,
it.
Back when y'all had a conscience and
Yeah.
shit.
I feel,
You
I
feel
got
bad.
a conscience. I really do. I got a conscience. So boom. Anyways, we in the car. We talking. We get to it. She gets to taking off her clothes and shit, right? And I never take off my clothes before the girl. I just think that's the weirdest shit ever. Like,
Yeah,
don't
you
ever
sitting there
take-
butt ass
yeah,
naked and she got
I
her
never wanna
clothes
be down
on.
bad and be butt ass naked.
Yeah.
Like, that looks stupid. So she's taking off her clothes and shit. And boy, like I'm like, okay, yeah, it's about to go down. And then the last thing was her shirt, and so I didn't care for her nipples at all. And so I'm like, damn. All right, now I gotta think of something real quick. She butt ass naked now, cause she take it off. And you know that look. She get a look like, you know what I'm saying, that vulnerability, vulnerable look that you women give.
Yeah, that loving basketball look.
You about to really take this?
That loving basketball look where
Yeah,
Maxwell
you know what
playing.
I'm saying? I'm like, ooh, shit. Right, boom. I'm like,
That's so terrible.
and I couldn't do it. I'm telling you, I know me.
What they look like? The nipples.
Like, I can hang 5 hangers on them motherfuckers.
What were they big?
I know exactly
No,
what
it
you're
was-
talking about.
It's
I
too
know
far.
exactly
It
what
was
you're
too
talking
far. Too much of a first down for me.
I know exactly what you're talking
Yeah.
about.
What?
And I was like,
We gotta Google this because I don't think I know.
You never seen it
long-ass
before?
nipples. Like this mic. They're right there. Just
Oh.
like,
Yeah, just long, just real long.
Yeah, like, you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So it's like, it was too long. And I'm like, it just threw me off. And I'm like, that's, all right, that's definitely
Maybe
God
she was
now.
hard.
Because I'm not
Maybe
supposed
they
to
were
be.
hard.
Huh?
Maybe they were hard. You know, like when they were hard.
Nah.
Yeah,
I know what he's
yeah,
talking about. They was
yeah.
long. I know what he's
Long.
talking about. I've seen long nipples.
Yeah, that is
Yeah.
in the way.
It's
like,
weird as hell.
Yeah. It was just,
Google long nipples.
that motherfucker like the door still. Hey, no, but.
Are you Googling long nipples?
Yes.
No. But yeah, so I had to tell her, man. I made it the other way too. I can't do this. I got a girlfriend.
Oh,
And what'd she say?
Was it like
She was
this?
fucked up.
So at that point, y'all both butt ass naked in the back seat.
No, I never got butt naked. Yeah. Yes. I can't. Those not for me. Those ain't for me. Those not for me.
Can we put these on camera?
No, because that makes it like rated. Like,
All right,
no,
all
let's
right,
not
all
do
right.
that.
We can't put the
That's
nipples
not
on the
for me
camera.
at all.
These are some long ass nipples. God damn.
Oh
Just
my
like that.
gosh. We want this
Them
to
look
be
like traffic
See,
cones.
you know
Here.
what? I ain't gonna
terrible.
be able to promote this one either.
Right. We can't.
I can't be like, you know what I mean? Go watch the podcast. That's cool. Maybe she forgot about that.
She probably did.
She did it. She did it. We don't forget about things like that. That's
but
wild.
she probably don't know that she was
First
long nipple.
off,
The long
reason
nipple
why
girl.
this is such a problem is because listen, we can't help
You think she know?
what we're born with. Okay.
That's fine.
No, it's not about
Get on
that.
y'all for y'all dicks being
Wait a-
curved weird ways. Okay.
But what's
like?
What are you saying when I say that? I'm saying I don't care for it, right? Let me not and
Because
go there.
society has messed you up to believe that nipples should all look one
And that's
way.
not true.
How?
That's
how,
not true.
how does that happen?
No, that's
How
not
has
true. I'm
society
intrigued by certain
shaped
things.
The
I'm
way I
intrigued
look
by
at nipples.
the way a girl walk. I'm intrigued by the way a girl talk. You know what I'm saying? All these things. It's not about it's about
Okay.
what do it for me. I seen them motherfuckers. I never even seen them before. Actually,
You ever had sex with a woman with a big clit?
man, I gotta watch. What
I
I
saw
say.
that.
Gotta watch what I say.
I saw-
That's crazy.
never mind.
Y'all
Like-
almost said
Talk
some
about this.
crazy shit right there.
Like,
I almost answered. That's like I really gotta watch what I say.
Let's just move on.
Wait a minute.
Can we move on?
That motherfucker been immediately closed.
I didn't realize. So I didn't realize. I'm not gonna get too TMI, but I didn't realize that everybody is different.
Yeah.
Like I didn't know. I knew we're different, but I didn't know it was like that much of a difference. Like, and then I think I was somebody like in school. I think in college, like had mentioned something. I googled it, and I was like, this women look like. Yeah.
you got some bitches out
But
here
it
with
sucks because
with
we
speed
can't-
bags.
Well, not even that. Like even like just how everything is. Like women can't help that, and I was just like, why? I had no idea that.
And my thing with that is, if a guy happens to see it and he don't like it, she should not feel no way about him not liking it. That's not his preference.
Yeah.
Oops. Like it's not. Don't. I ain't gonna be like or you know what I mean, whatever.
Yeah, I'm not gonna scream.
I'm not immature to the point to where I know that's like before they make that like she got a loose
Right.
pussy and all that, and that's not the case. So it's
Yeah.
not. I'm too mature for that. Like it's not for me though. I'm cool.
How that happened.
You look good. I mean, I would if I liked her that much, I definitely come with the solution to pay for the surgery. You can get it.
What if she don't want it removed?
Oh, you don't want to remove? That's cool. We're not for each other.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
Oh my god.
No big clip bitches, I guess.
You be me.
Oh my gosh.
But I have seen it though. I had sex with like one girl ever who had that. Shit was wild.
It's like a little. Never mind.
All right.
Wow.
Okay, let's see. We got a lot of other shit on here. We ain't gonna get to all of it. I actually do want to get to the topics that people requested for us to talk about, though. So we can go over a couple of those. We ain't gotta spend too long on them, just a couple minutes. So let's see. We have rules to what you can or can't do while dating somebody, but y'all are still single. So y'all are dating, but y'all aren't officially together. So are there rules to what you can and you cannot do?
I almost want to say no.
No?
If you're just dating, this was my first go around with the whole dating experience, and I had to ask people like, I literally had to ask guys and girls like, what's dating? What's talking? What's this? Because I didn't understand it. Mm-hmm. But I feel like unless there's a mutual understanding that you guys are exclusive, what rules can I hold you to?
I agree.
Like, if you're dating other people, and, I would pray that or hope that, if you're messing with me, you're not messing with other people, or at least you being, using protection. But I can't, like, hold you to that where it's like, you need to do this, you should do,
Yeah. Keem?
You said what things that
you can or cannot do while you dating somebody.
Are there rules?
Oh, for myself. So I'll tell myself what I can do and what I can't do.
Or what you wouldn't want her doing, or what you like
if you're
that type of
dating
thing.
a girl.
What's off limits? Like you see it and it's like, okay, I'm cool on her.
No, like we're not gonna be doing that if we're dating.
Yeah. I mean, shit.
If she's talking to other dudes and y'all dating,
it's not about her talking to the dudes. It's about the manner, like in the manner, like type shit. So it really the manner. If I see it on the gram and I see her how she getting treated by one dude, that's totally opposite from what I am. Like, oh nah, well, I wouldn't want to fuck with you. Then you can't do that. You can't be 3 different people and shit and dating. Like, nah, it's cool.
Gotcha.
Yeah, you know what? I will say that kind of like to gonna go off that. If the guys that I were dating, if I saw them just like, this kind of sounds weird, but like, if they flaunt or post like every girl they're dating, it like. That would kind of
like while they're dating, like
while
not in a
they're
relationship.
dating,
Okay, I got you.
On a date with this person.
Is that common though? Because I feel like niggas don't post girls in general.
They don't do that.
They don't post the girls that they with.
It just made me think of that. Like if I just saw it and I'm looking at his, Snapchat, whatever it is, and I'm just like, oh, he's on a date. That would be kind of weird. Like you just posting every bitch. Like that would be kind of weird. I haven't seen that. It's just
they ain't gonna post that, but you know somebody on the date though.
Another one was directly said to ask Allie why majority of women refuse to leave toxic relationships. We ain't got 30 minutes for this one, Allie. You got to keep this concise.
Ask me what?
Why do majority of women refuse to leave toxic relationships?
Okay. I'll try to keep it simple and short. A lot of women do feel that they have the ability to change a man, and it's not even change him to what we want him to be. We just feel like we want to make him better. Like we see the good and we see all the like the hopeful, good, positive things about a man, even if it's just a glimpse, and we feel like that can be you, that you can live that out to the fullest, and that potential gets us caught up. But why we don't leave a toxic relationship, I really don't know. I think we just get, I don't know. Women just get swept up in stuff like that.
I think
our standards. I think we forget our standards. That's what I will say. I think we really forget our standards. Because for me, I always said that I wasn't going to be, I would never, there's certain things I would never take. And I always had like higher standards, and I was just, I'm never going to deal with this. And I found myself dealing with certain things that I just completely forgot about, like the standards that I had set in place. And I had lost track of that. And then I was just in it so long that it was just like, wait a minute. And I literally got a grip and was like, what the fuck am I doing? And I realized I had to like separate myself so I could implement those standards back in my life. But we just forget our standards.
I think women are fixers. I think that y'all want to help men, especially black women and black men. Y'all want to help black men. Y'all want to like fix broken shit. I think that's something that women, I don't want to say enjoy doing, but I think feel like they need to do. I guess,
think
to
that's
a certain extent.
I think that's a part of it, but I really think that like women can see like a terrible, like literally the not the most terrible man, but we could see that and be like, but you know what? I see his heart. He's actually a really good guy. He just happens to cheat, do drugs, run around with like it's like, but he's actually a good guy. We see that part of you, and we want you to be that little part. When we see where that little part can take you, so it's not even about like, oh, he's broken, let me, fix him. It's just we see that little part, and we just want you to live out your potential. So it's not about just fixing you. It's more so about us just wanting to help you. Because when you say fix it, that's just extremely specific. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but I mean, to a certain extent, somebody like with everything that you just named is broken to a certain extent. And that's more or less what I'm talking about.
True, but I just think we're not going into saying like I could fix him. We're just saying like this. We see the better side of you, and sometimes we just need to look at a nigga and be like, nah, he ain't that good.
Kim, you got anything on that?
I'll say pretty simple. They don't want to. I'll say that you don't really find strong women in toxic relationships, period. You don't really get there, so there's just a weak, lack of knowledge about themselves. They don't know, they just at a space. Like I can look at it right now from in a kind of like in a bird's eye view for certain people's relationships. Like, damn, she don't even know her potential.
Yeah.
She's fighting for something she ain't even work for. You get what I'm saying? She want him to switch and act and this way. No, why don't you do this for yourself?
Yeah.
And that separates the woman from the girl. And women don't really find themselves in toxic relationships. They already they grew that up. So graduate from there. So I just feel like women in those situations, they don't want to leave yet. They gonna blame the man, but it's them.
I kind of feel like I almost feel like that's not the case, only because I've had like my sister was that person. And like I said, I was the person. It was like I went into the relationship. I was, I didn't have insecurities. I was like strong. And then as I kept going, and this was. Can
I ask you a question quick though? How do you know you were strong?
Huh?
How do you know you were strong?
Because there's certain things that I dealt with with the past guy that I dealt with other relationships when I was out.
Okay.
And I was like, I'm not dealing with this. I'm out. Like I would literally leave. And with him, I think because I saw us more so as family. Like I literally saw us as family, where it was like, we can't leave. We're family. We're like family. Like we gotta help. Like literally, it was really weird. I just considered us like we're family. We're gonna have each other's back forever. And it was just this I felt like I was supposed to be the person. Like I can't let this person down because this person needs me. Like how my sister is. Like I'm gonna always be there. Like I kind of related it to that, which was weird. And now I even say even if my sister was that toxic, that's somebody that I would just have to leave. You don't want to look at it like that, but I was more so secure, and I think that's what made it really hard, because I was more secure with who I was, and I had to actually go back, and the hardest part was forgiving myself, because I was like, how could I be that secure but still at a 7 to 8 year span let that happen?
That's what I'm saying. So would you do that again? Would you let that happen again?
No.
So that means
and I didn't let it happen before that though. That was the weird thing, you know what I mean? Like there were things I literally I never dealt with stuff it was oh, he cheated, no, I'm out.
To me it sounded like you was in a weaker space. Weak. It was weak. You let something happen that you don't across the board you can look at and say I wouldn't. Before you walk into it, say no, I don't want that to happen to me. And even at this space now, looking back, you say I wouldn't do that again.
You're right.
We got it.
Next question. Following.
Wait, I will say one thing to women and men. Believe it. People will show you who they are. My grandma says, everybody always says this. Believe exactly who you are. I don't care if he seems like a great guy, but he has asshole qualities. He's an asshole. Literally, don't even try to figure people out. My whole thing is you should never have to figure people out. Take it for exactly. If you feel like they're asshole, you feel like they're this way, that's exactly who they are. Stop trying to figure people out. Take them for who they are and move on.
You feel?
Following men, women that you don't know on social media when you're in a relationship.
What? What's wrong with that?
I don't know. I'm asking y'all. They are asking y'all.
Yes, you could follow people that everybody's different with their social media. I have one of my, a lady that I work with, she's like, oh no, I don't know you. She locks her things down. It's on private, everything.
But I mean, as far as your significant other doing that.
That's what I'm saying. Some people are like that. I I'm not like that. I
So
don't
you ain't tripping up your boyfriend following
women he don't know.
follow what,
all your coworkers that he don't know.
that he don't know.
Yeah. Female.
No, I don't. I mean, I think that would be weird just because he don't know. But like he follows a bunch of people, you know, he don't necessarily know like that.
So it sounds like proximity. So
well, no, I think it would be weird just because how would he even find them unless like you know what I mean?
That's what I'm asking. So would that bother you?
It wouldn't bother me. I think I would want to know like how did you meet such and such? And if you said like we met at a party, okay, and I wouldn't care.
I didn't meet her at all.
Or yeah, what if it was just a situation he came across the page and
Came across the page. Now when you can
Then
hey,
you
did you see Cindy what they was doing earlier today? You got a problem with that?
If you no, I actually don't. But if he literally says like I don't know, I just came across the page, so I followed her. I'm like, oh okay. I think it would just be weird just because it's the world. You know, LA, everything's so small, but it is still kind of big.
Mm-hmm.
So for you to follow somebody that I feel like you would have never ran into and probably I would question it and be like, how that even happen? I think I've done that already before, but you could literally say like, oh, it was just a random person. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Cool. I'll be tripping. How did that happen?
Kim?
Because it's baffling, like how the algorithms, like how did that even work out?
Keem?
Do I have a problem with it?
Yeah.
People to follow people that.
Yeah, if your girl
She don't
followed a dude that she didn't know, or you didn't know her to know.
But that I knew though.
That
Doesn't matter if I knew him or not.
Either or.
Just some random
Oh,
dude.
if I don't know, then I'm not asking.
Okay.
So if I don't know him, I'm not even asking.
You don't care.
Yeah, unless it's somebody I just know of and I know she don't, whatever.
Yeah.
But if I don't know, I'm not asking. But if I do know him, I don't really. That's not really my lane. Ain't nothing I'm co-signing.
If you do know him,
Yeah, if I do know him,
then you're asking.
it's no co-signing because I have a limit. So I'm just saying it early. I got a problem with that. I'm saying that early.
Oh, you have a
Because-
problem if she's following somebody you do know?
Yeah, if she don't know him,
Oh, but she doesn't know him.
she don't know him. Like, not I don't got a problem. It ain't about to be no big issue. Just like you said, when somebody show you who they are, I'm just all right.
Wondering.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
Yeah, I don't think it's a problem.
it's what it is. Cool. If I see that same pattern,
Well, they got rid of the activity page, so ain't nobody gonna know anyway.
No, because
I
now
ain't never looking for that shit.
that's just
I've
too
never
much.
used it. I've never used it.
I can't say I've never used it. I've never used it for that. Like, even when you swipe, you could actually look and be like, oh, such. But I've never actually been like, you know how hard it is to track something? Like, that's impossible.
Okay, let's see. Women in denial about their friends being unattractive.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
I don't even know what to say to that. You guys just go for that.
I don't know.
didn't say that.
I don't know if it's no. These are questions from people.
Oh.
I don't know if it's women being in denial about their friends being unattractive, but I think more so this is geared towards women overly gassing the unattractive friend.
Because you're stuck there, stuck with how they are. What do you want me to do? Like, girl, you ain't that cute. Sit down.
Women being in denial about their friends being unattractive.
Yeah.
Yeah, and all right. So it depends on. I don't think that's true.
You don't think it's true?
I don't think it is.
You don't think women overly overdo it with the unattractive friend or the fat friend or the? You don't think they overdo it?
I think if they see that, like you're saying, they see that woman, if they true good friends and all that, and they see that woman to be she's a good catch.
Mm-hmm.
We
Right.
want them
if
to be.
If these this nigga right here who can't even whatever, he barely paying the rent and all that, he don't even know he over there playing with these bitches, losing his money. He can come get with this good woman right here, and they can grow. I think they be talking like that. I know they know that she ain't the most attractive or whatever, but that not to say that she's
She can't be
ugly.
confident.
Like, well, I can't call her ugly. What can I get off and say?
You know
We want
why?
them to be confident with it, whatever body face they're in.
You know
and
why?
they know which homie to hook them up with too. though.
You know why I
gotta pay
don't.
attention to that.
You know why I don't always like that is because when they fall out with that friend, some women, I ain't gonna say all, because obviously Allie ain't gonna be able to speak to this because she's Mother Teresa. But when some women fall out with that friend, when they fall out with the ugly friend or the fat friend, now that bitch fat, now that bitch ugly, now she
Yeah,
blah blah
that's
blah
not
blah
okay.
blah. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's the reason why I don't always respect that. Because if, you know what I'm saying, the ugly girl is posting her little pics on Instagram and her homegirls is blowing the shit up with hard eyes and bitch, go off, blah, blah.
Oh yeah, you know what they be doing that for.
You
It's
get what
either
I'm
the girl
saying?
it's really that,
But you get what I'm saying?
or I know this is good for your self esteem right now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But when the shoe get flipped and some shit happen and you know they ain't seeing eye to eye. Now the bitch ugly. Now she fat. Now she this. Now you get what I'm saying? That's why I don't always respect that.
I feel like the women that do that aren't secure within themselves. The women that I know that are very secure within themselves don't bash women like that. Like I don't think I've ever gone off on one of my friends. Like I may call them stupid or like, but I've never just been like this ugly. Like one of my friends, like, ooh, women.
All right, and the last question that we have from listeners is: how do you go about telling your partner that they let themselves go? I think we went over this very early in the podcast episodes, but we might need to go over it again. How do you go about telling your partner that they let themselves go?
Well, like what?
Like they getting big. Like how you tell them that they getting big?
I let them know. I just let them know.
What you mean? You
I just let them know, man.
Keem said,
They
what
still
was this?
gotta
What
work on
episode
that.
was this?
They still got to
Ooh.
work on that.
I can't remember.
That
I think it
was
was like 3 or 4 or
right.
something like that.
They still got
But
to work on that.
you just say, yo, like you need to.
What are we
handle that.
doing?
You need. What are we doing?
What are we
I'm a
doing?
joke. I joke anyway, so it's probably gonna come out in joke form.
First, Keem
You
is
know
going
what I
to
mean?
say, what are we doing?
Yeah, what are we doing? Really, like, what's up?
That's
Like,
literally what
I didn't
you
sign
said.
up for this.
I didn't say.
So, what are we doing?
I think it's about creating that. With this one, I want to go into a different one. I think it's about actually creating that space in the beginning, and like for me, if I don't know something about you, I probably won't. Well, no. Yeah, just be honest. Just let them know. But the more I know about you, like if I know that, you know, who I'm dating has a specific standard for themselves, if I don't know, then I might tiptoe around it. But if I know you have a certain standard for yourself, I'm really going to be on you. Like, hey, you forgot to do this. Right? You said you wanted to be like this. Like, come on, we got to get it together.
But what if they don't? What if they just happy however they are physically? As long as
I would still let them know.
As long as they feel like they in a good mental
When
space.
you leaving, shit, that's what I'm saying.
Financial
If I
space.
find myself unattracted to, if I'm not attracted to it, I'm gonna let you know. Now, if I'm like still like, oh, I'm head over heels, you know, girls will fall in love with anything, not anything, but if I find myself I'm still over head over heels, I may not outright tell you until I think it's like a health issue or you like. But if I'm starting to, you know, feel
It's
some
all
type
about
of way,
y'all grow together, basically. Because if ain't nobody like you in shape, right?
Mm-hmm.
You'll never be able to stay in shape and just have a dude you with just watch him go to
No, I
70
wouldn't.
pounds heavier.
no, I wouldn't. Now, if
You
he,
just disrespected
yeah,
the game, my boy.
no, I wouldn't because my thing
That's
is
a good way to sneak and break up with somebody.
what
By them
if
getting
they
big?
get
Yeah, I'm
big?
just gaining this weight. So go just gain this weight on you real quick. That's why people be so foul, especially women, when they do that little snapback shit and all that.
Yeah,
Oh,
they get in the
what
gym
the-
after the
yeah,
breakup.
like-
No, they just get
To
comfortable.
be honest though,
Women just
it
get
ain't
comfortable.
it ain't even just women. Everybody gets in the gym after they break up with somebody.
Yeah, because you
Shit.
need to burn off that.
Dudes do it too. So I ain't even gonna just put that
I
on
ain't
women.
got big in these relationships. Shit, I don't know what the fuck you talking about. God damn.
Oh man. All right, so that wraps up the questions from the audience. We at an
I
hour.
have one more.
You got one more?
Insecurities. What was the thing? It's speaking on insecurities. I think somebody had posted this thing about being vulnerable. And like, how do you guys feel about sharing your insecurities with your significant other or with somebody? I guess you're dating, but sharing your insecurities, what you're insecure about. You think it's a good thing?
I think it's it's all about. I wish we would do it earlier, younger.
Yeah.
As like, I wish we can do it as teenagers. Really,
Okay.
'cause that's like crucial. That's the crucial part. That's where we start
Yeah.
like building up the blockage right there. Like, all right, by the time you get to 20, you already got a little wall up. I think it's cool, but it's just like it's just easier said than done. I guess.
I think men need to do it more. Men don't do it nearly enough.
You guys don't.
We don't. We don't share our insecurities with our significant others enough, with our friends, with nobody. Men don't do it nearly enough. And since most men don't do it, then they never really acknowledge to themselves that they exist to begin with.
Wow.
Facts.
You get what I'm saying? So like it could be a situation where you insecure about something, you've been insecure about this thing, you know, your whole adolescence or whatever, but you never voice it to yourself. So it's kind of just there, but you never deal with it. You get what I'm saying? So men don't do it nearly enough. Men don't deal with shit their emotions, period, nearly enough. But I think that goes into the standard that society has set for us. Like, we can't be weak. Boys can't cry. We can't do a lot of shit that involves our emotion. We're supposed to provide, protect, et cetera, et cetera. And a lot of the insecurities, doubts, whatever that you might have about yourself are seen as weaknesses. So we just choose to ignore them and not to deal with them.
Yeah. That's about right.
So that's
I've been on a good journey. Like, I try not to be insecure. I still have them, but I try to be, especially in the room with men. I'm gonna be the one to say the most uncomfortable shit, because I already know we all in this room feeling that way.
Yeah.
Right,
So
and that's what I
I work
learned.
well in rooms with like other men, just as far as like being able to open up. And once I do it, usually it gets
You got to be able
reciprocated.
to break down those emotional barriers. Even with my homies, like I'll tell them like, yo, like I love you, like, because I think that's important. Like, I think people, like, we need to get away from that, like, oh, this ain't what I'm supposed. You get what I'm saying? Like, machismo type shit. Like, it's not real. It's fake at the end of the day. Like, all you doing by hiding everything that you feel, or insecurities, emotions, whatever, that it's fake. That shit fake.
Yeah.
Like, 'cause that's not how you feel.
I think it's extremely important for relationships too. Like, now, I speak on insecurities, so that your significant other can be aware of what like may trigger you or what can bother you. If not, then you find yourself lashing out of something that they might have not even known was an insecurity of yours. So I think it's extremely important for you to just void whatever it could be. It could be something small, and I'd be like, I'm feeling some type of way.
Yeah.
I'm not really secure with myself right now. Like, so.
Yeah, that's why it's like, it got to start with self though, and that's why I got to start at the adolescent years. That's another reason why I used to post the way I post on Instagram so much. And my homies my age and shit, they always, okay, you doing a Maury Povich show. Like, they say I like talk too much and shit, but I know it be the younger
Somebody
people
there.
always hit me.
Yeah.
Like, I got too many that hit me for me to. It don't matter. It's not even, I'm like, I know this is good food. If you don't want it, you just don't want it.
Yeah,
Right.
But
for
for
sure.
the kids, you know what I'm saying? Like, justness is good. So
I've learned
I
that.
try to be big. That's like one of my main goals is to start something, because I don't feel like that's being done enough. Like, start something to where I want to take, like, empower even grown men with teenagers, because they be insecure too.
Yeah.
The grown men now, like, we like, I'm 33, 86, right? So that whole the crack area and all that, the incarceration area, we grown men. I don't have kids yet, but we grown men trying to raise kids without fathers. So it's a fragile space right there alone.
For
so,
sure.
Like, I want to be able to take these men and not make them feel insecure, so they can be comfortable enough to come back in this room, because your child is in that room.
Yeah.
And grow together. You know what I'm saying? There got to be some spaces like that. Like, I don't see that
Create an
enough.
open space.
Yeah, you feel me?
Yeah.
We go get that, Ali.
Yeah,
feel me?
I'm with that.
That was a
Love the idea. When you ready?
Yeah.
Come on, we
that was a
talk about
great
that.
great note to end on.
Well, that's what it ended on that. That's a little
Yeah.
too serious.
That was a great note to
Nah,
end
that
on.
was
I think.
deep.
Yeah, I think that was a great note to end on.
Fuck the police coming straight from
This has been episode 15 of the
What's
TYS
Oh, yeah,
Talk
yeah,
Your
yeah.
Shit podcast.
Feel me?
I'm Jordan.
Sounds rocking.
Allie.
King.
Starry's behind the motherfucking camera. And
My
we will
motherfucking back
see
was hurting
y'all
and shit.
next week.